Hi everybody, my name is Heather and today we are going to be playing Nancy Drew's Secrets Can Kill. So since this is my first video, I'll just explain that these videos are not meant to be like walkthrough videos. So these aren't purely just to show you how to do puzzles and what to do when you're playing the game. This is going to be more of like a let's play where I'm just playing the game for fun because that's what you do. So it's just going to be my lovely commentary and not every plan mapped out. So yes, another note, with the first two games, the sound does not work on my computer, so I have to disable the sound or it literally won't open up, but I still wanted to include them in my little channel. So we're going to just roll with it. And so any scene that's just purely sound is going to be skipped over. So if you see any weird skips, I don't know that there is any, but that's why. So we're going to start a new game, and we're going to play Junior Detective because I've never touched a Senior Detective button before in my life. And so pretty much what happens here is Jake Rogers was found murdered at Paseo Del Mar High School, and Nancy Drew's Aunt Eloise arranged for her to come down and work undercover to solve the crime. And then this lovely guy is Daryl Gray, and he's going to be our contact because he goes to the school, so he's going to kind of help us out there. And yeah, let's get to the bottom of this because I guess the police are okay with a teenager calling the shots on a case. And so here we are in Aunt Eloise's house. So beautiful, so quaint. Look at this artwork. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. And it looks like Aunt Eloise left us a note. She's just telling us that the school library was closed early today because she's the librarian. But if we need the key, it's in the safe. And she told us to remember that we can find the combination in the house if we need it, which we do. Then she told us to be careful, which is funny because we're dealing with a murderer, Aunt Eloise. Thanks for that. Alright, so the safe is here behind the tapestry. Looks like we're going to have to find something with some Greek letters because we're not fluent in Greek, surprisingly enough. And we wouldn't know the password to begin with, so two wrongs definitely don't make a right. So we're going to look in this drawer, but all we have here is a phone card, which is useless to us because phone conversations are just sound and it will skip over them because my computer's amazing. All right. Here's a lovely drawer. Reminder from Aunt Eloise to herself, but it's about book club and useless to us. A remote to turn on the TV so we can watch some Bachelor episodes instead of dealing with this case. And look right here, we have Greek letters. So, I'm guessing that's the combination. But we're going to look around in the living room a little bit more. We have a map of Florida because that's where we are and we need to know that. And then the TV. But Aunt Eloise forgot to pay the cable bill, so it's just static. And then we've also got, where is it? Secret book. So we're going to take the key, even though I would prefer to take the wad of cash. We're going to use it on this lovely chest, which is a foot away from the key, which is not great security. We're going to reward ourselves with this quarter, but we're going to need it later, I'm assuming. And another note, in this specific game, it's pretty much all word puzzles telling you what to do next and how to do certain things, but I'm crap at those word puzzles, so I like to use the walkthroughs. So this game, I'm not going to be able to explain why I'm doing everything, besides the fact that I'm doing it. But, I'm not going to be able to explain how I got there, but that's just for this game, because, honestly, it's all word puzzles. So there we go. The safe, behind the tapestry, we're going to put in that combination. It was the 6 looking thing. We got the O through the slash, K, and S. And look at that, we're in. So we're going to take the key to the library, which looks exactly like the key from the chest, but it's silver, so we're going to have fun watching me make that mistake later. And we have our first puzzle of the game, which is a slider puzzle. The worst! Alright, so let's do this. Now, what I hate about this slider puzzle is that you literally have no idea what it's supposed to look like. And the fact that it's just flowers really does not help. So this is going to be so fun. Yeah, I don't like slider puzzles to begin with, but this one especially is the worst. 'Cause like, where does any of this even go? It's all just flowers. Aunt Eloise, why would you do this? I'm your niece. Oh my gosh, I just solved that like faster than I've ever solved that before. So it's gonna give us Eloise Drew's school computer login so we can hack into the system. Yeah, because we love to do that. And the password is just an anagram of her name. So that's clever. All right, and another thing before we leave the house is that only this game you have to switch between discs to get to certain locations. So bear with me here. It does suck, but it's okay. So we're gonna go to Maxine's Diner because that's where our contact Daryl Gray is. There he is in all of his glory. So I think I'm just gonna sum up what they're saying in case you're too lazy to read. So that wasn't important. And he's just introducing himself. He is a short order cook, a student council president, and a professional escort to pretty new students because he's trying to come on to us. But we're like, Daryl, cool it. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna say, do you really think so? Do you really think I'm pretty, Daryl? Ooh, he says we have a mysterious quality. I am a detective. Oh my gosh, we're literally flirting with Daryl when we have a boyfriend. And his name is Ned Nickerson, and I definitely have mixed feelings on him. So he is here to help us. Oh, so we're gonna tell him that we're involved with Ned. Okay, Daryl's a creep. It's confirmed. Okay, we're done with this conversation. Okay, we're gonna ask who was murdered. He's explaining that it was Jake Rogers and that he was the first to find him, and he had been pushed down a flight of stairs because he could tell by the face that he went face first. And just to let you know also, the dialogue in this game is terrible because it's literally like Nancy just repeating exactly what the character just said, but in a question format. Like if you see here, she wants to say face first, but we're not going to say that. We're going to say tell me about Jake. He wasn't exactly a friend to Daryl, but he did come by the diner because who doesn't? Oh my gosh. Daryl, if you flirt with me one more time, we will have some problems. Yeah, and all conversations with characters end really abruptly because I guess they don't like us, which is normal because we're like pushing them to talk to us about a murder. That's okay. We're going to take this ladle. You'll see why. Because guess what? Not that. That's kind of scary though. It's telling us to watch out. I don't like that. That's ominous. We're going to take the bolt cutters. And without sound, you wouldn't be able to tell, but the pipe was like leaking gas. And it's flammable. So we're going to use a ladle to keep that pipe up, because that's logic right there. That is definitely safe. Definitely. Look at these hours. Like, aren't you so glad you don't work at Maxine's? Just saying. Alright. We're going to get out of this diner. I don't think there's nope. Nothing else. We're going to go to Paseo Del Mar High School. And guess what? We need to switch discs. Which is not tedious at all. That was sarcasm, it is. But again, this is the only game that does this, so we'll never have to deal with it again after we find out why secrets can kill. Was the title of the game, just in case you needed a reminder. We're waiting for the disc to appear for us so that we can explore this high school. There we go! Paseo Del Mar High School. So beautiful. All right. The hallowed halls of Paseo Del Mar High School. Look at all those happy sports teams. So excited. And a quote right when you walk in. And I feel like if I came in on an especially bad day where I was especially grouchy, I would not want to see that quote because learning is for squares. It's not, guys. Learning is great. And if you check out these bulletin boards, you'll guess it, we've got some word puzzles. But I'm not going to deal with those, despite what this "you can do it" picture says, because I can't. I can't do it. All right, there's the mascot of Paseo Del Mar High School. It's a manatee. Awesome. We're going to talk to Connie Watson here. There we go. We're not from around here, Connie. Good deductions. Do you want to solve this mystery? We're gonna ask why it's out of control today at Paseo Del Mar. And she's saying there's a ton of police. We know why, but we're gonna ask anyways because we're gonna play oblivious, because guess what? We are undercover. We can't let her know who we are. So we're gonna ask what happened, like with the dead body. She confirms that he was pushed down a flight of stairs. Yeah, I don't know. We'll question why she didn't think he fell instead. Wouldn't that be an awful day? And his face was all messed up like he was in a fight. But she says that he was always getting into fights. Which, Jake, you need to control yourself. She confirms that it was Jake Rogers that was killed. We're going to ask why she's talking negatively about him. And she says that he's a creep and nobody liked him. So Jake doesn't have a lot going on for him. Alright, so Connie was done with us, so we're going to talk with Hal. Lovely Hal Tanaka. Yes, we are here on a day full of new activities. Oh my gosh! So, he says his name's Hal, and we can literally say, Hal? Like we're questioning his own name, but we're going to ask about the activity, because that's just a weird question in itself. We're going to talk about the murder. It does confirm that there was a murder here. We'll ask if he knows what happened, pushed down a flight of stairs. Maybe if he knew him. Yeah, we'll see if he knew him. He says only by reputation. And he doesn't want to talk about what reputation because he's uncomfortable. So we will leave poor Hal alone. And he needs to study, so that's cool. He says he needed to go to the library, but he's still sitting there, so I guess this is what rejection feels like. And then we're going to talk to our last suspect, and this is Hulk Sanchez, but his name is really Hector. We're going to ask why he knew, how he knows that we're new here. If you couldn't tell, he's the star football player, and now he's bragging about it. So that's cool. And he's bragging about knowing all the beautiful girls, so he's trying to make plays too, because Nancy's just she's that hot, to be honest. Psyche, you never see her face, so we'll never know, but I'm going to assume because these guys are just flirting up a storm. So we're going to change the subject from him to Jake. And he says that he didn't hang out with Jake, but he's going to leave us right when we were getting to the good stuff, Hulk. Good job. Right, we're going to look at this judo poster because we can. And we need to. So I'm just going to look at everything just in case. Because sometimes if you don't look at stuff, then it won't even let you like proceed in the game. Even though I'm like, excuse me, know what I'm doing here. You know, because we like to finish the game. Let's see. And if you see here, I'm guessing this is Jake's locker, which we want to see, but guess what? We don't know the combination, so we're going to have to figure that out. Because we're going to, who cares if it's against the law? I want to see what's in that locker. See, like, I'm sure that's so easy to solve, but just not about that. Let's track down that library, why don't we? There it is. Well, first let's look at these bulletin boards for more puzzles I don't know how to solve, but that we need to look at. Because we want to beat this. That's the goal. Sweet. So let's get into that library. I chose the right key. I'm so stoked. Okay, well, I'm going to end the episode here. So next episode, we're going to explore the library, question some more people, and get to the bottom of this mystery. So thank you so much for joining me. Look out for that next video so we can learn why secrets can kill. Thanks for watching.